Welcome to another episode of Home Sweet Home with Russ McClellan and Friends. Here's your host, Russ McClellan.
Hey, how's everybody doing in the post-land of COVID 2022? Are we in the post-land of COVID? That's a good question. Are you vaccinated? Do you have a mask? Are you not vaccinated? Do you not mask up? Wild times in the old Western Hemisphere these days. My name is Russ McClellan. I am the host of this show. I think I'm going on my 4th year. I don't even know anymore. My producer's just telling me it might even be 5 years. I don't know how that happens when I'm getting younger by the minute, selling real estate, getting crazy, helping people out. And I have been surrounded by an incredible group of leaders and been blessed and incredibly fortunate to basically follow one business policy. A little tongue-in-cheek. I try to hire people that are a heck of a lot smarter than me and get out of their way. That's my business plan. And today I got 2 of those people. Hi, Sarah Lopeman.
That is a great business plan.
Hello, Isis.
Hey, Russ.
Isis
Hey,
Baena.
Sarah.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. Now, I want to talk about some stuff. I want to talk about how we're changing lives. There's a lot of people stuck. The one beautiful thing about the holidays is it's beautiful. It's pretty. There's presents. Sometimes, unless you've been naughty, and then there's maybe no presents. Or coal in the stocking. We had last month 150 kids on Santa's lap, and
so fun.
That was fun, and got free pictures for the community right here at our office in Wenatchee at Keller Williams.
We got people off the street to just come and take photos with
Wasn't
Santa.
that fun?
That was great.
Yeah, and now it's January, and so sometimes what happens is we wake up with that credit card hangover. And we're like,
how do you know about this?
Who told you?
And you're like, what does 19% mean? What the heck? I don't know what we're doing here. But what we have been doing at Keller Williams is growing. We've been growing a business opportunity for people. And Keller Williams is one of those crazy companies that happens to be the largest real estate company on planet Earth. We're in about 56, 57 countries, pushing 190,000 agents. And we in the North Central Washington Valley are part of that. And I have these 2 leaders in my company here, Keller Williams, I should say our company here, because we are in partnership with each and one of our agents, as we're one of the only businesses in real estate that profit shares every month, up to about 49% of the net profit of the company, which has been kind of cool, right? It's kind of cool to get it, on the 21st, you get this little deposit in your account from Austin, Texas, where we're headquartered, and you go, what did I do to earn that mailbox money? And you're like, you just shared the love, the Keller Williams love, baby. That's what you did. And then you got rewarded for it. And I wanted to get into some things because these 2 right in front of me, Ms. Gangster Lopeman and Isis Baena. Here's the thing. I call her Gangster Lopeman because she was an original OG with me when we opened this crazy company.
I have pride in that title, too.
Yeah. Not very many people stuck around, right? So, we're tight. We're tight.
Just
we got a
waiting
bond.
for the plaque on the door.
Yeah. Well,
Sarah is a gangster, everyone. Please believe me when I say this. Sarah Lopeman is a gangster.
This is the wrong radio show, you see.
in the most positive sense of the word.
Yes,
now,
yes,
So
yes.
I wanted to get into 3 things today. I wanted to get into the 3 different types of real estate brokers that work with Keller Williams. Interdependent, dependent, and independent. These are models. These are choices. And then I want to introduce something for the first time here in 2022. I'm calling the acronym CRRO, CRRO. Maybe not a sexy name. But here's the thing. It stands for, ready? It stands for Community Referral Realtor Opportunity. A lot of people don't know this, but in real estate, if you get a license, and I'm going to get into this because we now offer a free school, and Isis is our team leader, and Sarah Lopeman is our productivity coach, and the rainmaker of Team Ignite, which is cool. And what's happening is we're pushing 40, 50 people in school and climbing. This is a free real estate school called K-Score. We also have classes that we'll dive into soon. I'm kind of just outlining all these things we're going to talk about today. And they're called K-Prep and Ignite and a bunch of other stuff that's going to help people not just get a real estate license, but those that want to turn it into a part-time career or those that want to turn it into a full-time career. We're going to show you how to sell real estate. The days of there's your phone, there's your desk, call your friends and family till you burn out, send me the check, I'm in Hawaii, I'm the owner. They're over. We have assassinated that plan at Keller Williams. So here's the cool stuff. We're growing. This CRRO, Community referral, realtor, opportunity is something that is very cool. If you can imagine this, let's say you're working at a bank. Let's say you're working at a hotel. Let's say you're working at a restaurant. Let's say you're in Leavenworth or Chelan or even Wenatchee or wherever. But I'm from Chelan, right, guys? I've been there a long time, and this actually happened to me years ago. There was this server. Her name was Leslie, I think. This is like going back in time, like early 2000s. And I walked into the Campbell's Pub, which is a great place, by the way. You should check it out, along the lake. And this nice person said, "Hey, Russ, I want to introduce you to John, who's at the bar." I said, "Okay." And then she turned around and said, "Hey, John, I want to introduce you to Russ, who's right here. He's a real estate broker. Guess what? John wants to buy a waterfront home. Guess what, John? Russ sells waterfront homes. You guys should have a conversation." She was a very bubbly, very outgoing person, obviously not shy. That day, I sold him a waterfront that I had listed and made $60,000 in a commission. Now, I didn't know we were going to end up selling him a waterfront home that day, so I gave her a nice tip for being very nice, as you would, probably 30% of the bill, bought the lunch. She might have made $30. Now let's talk about CRRO, the Community Referral Realtor Opportunity.
Yes.
With a free school, takes 90 hours and your commitment to get off Facebook. Now, I said it. Get off Facebook.
And Netflix.
And Netflix.
And Amazon Prime.
Amazon
Video,
Prime. Stop shopping.
Hulu,
Christmas is
TikTok.
over.
TikTok.
Snapchat.
Turn off the notifications, guys.
All right. Take little baby steps to achieve this goal. 90 hours free school, and you have a license. Now, if Leslie, in my example, that was a real life example, would have had a real estate license, she would have been entitled, she was licensed with my firm, to 25% of the selling side, which would have been half, most likely, of that $60,000 commission, which is 6% times 1 million, right? So that's 30,000. She would have been entitled to 25% of that. So we're talking about 30 times, what is that? 30 times 2, $6,800. Don't, not a math major, but 25% times 30 grand.
Close enough.
More money than she made. Now, I'm going to ask you guys that are listening, or if you know anybody that's listening that's stuck. My mission is simple. Our mission is simple. We're going to change lives to the life you want and the life you deserve, using real estate as the vehicle to do it, and that is all that matters, right? As this leadership team with ECs as our team leader, and Sarah Lopeman as our productivity coach, and the rainmaker of Team Ignite, which is a team insider company, which we'll be talking about soon. That's it. That's our goal. We're going to do it. Because I think there's a lot of people stuck. I think 2 years of a pandemic is crap. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people living in fear. I'm tired of people dangerously depressed. I'm tired of people that I see that are really good people, and the door seems to be getting tighter and tighter and shut. It's just kind of closing in on you. And I don't know if it's a lack of certainty. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the polarization with mask, don't mask, like I said earlier. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but here's what I know. It doesn't have to be that way. If you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling broke, let's get together. ECs, this is where you come in.
Yes, I was hoping that you were going to ask me to speak because there was a thought that I had in my mind lingering as you were speaking.
I very rarely let anybody speak, but go ahead.
I really wanted to share this before we even got into everything, because you were talking about real estate and just even being a referral agent. Let's talk about the myth, because it is a myth, that you have to be a good salesperson to be good at real estate. Because that's one of the first things that I hear. I've never done sales. I don't know how to sell. You do not have to be a good salesperson to sell real estate, because it's about creating relationships.
Mm-hmm. Right.
If you can get along with people, if you can be authentic, you can be your genuine self, and you can make relationships, that is all that you need. We will teach you everything else. Okay? So for everyone that's hearing this, if you feel that you are not a good salesperson, you have no experience in sales, that is okay. We are going to teach you how to do this. This is about changing people's lives. It's not about anything to do with sales, and that's just what I really wanted to share right now.
Yeah, it's very true. And you've been talking now. How many people we have? Something like, I think 40, 50 people in the real estate school.
Going into 50.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we call it K-Score. Now, Keller Williams partnered with the largest real estate school that's certified, which means you have to have these 90 hours currently to pass that 90-hour exam, go through a bunch of modules. It's online, it's at your own pace, and it's free. Let me say it again. That's FREE, free. All right? It's just your time. So when you want to say, I want to change my life, all we need you to do is show up, be passionate, and do your best. Forget the rest. All right, let's kill, assassinate, stomp on, destroy your limiting beliefs. Again, when you said that was one of them, and I'd like to hear some more, but I'm going to talk to that for a second. Sarah, you see it too, right, in productivity coaching?
Every day.
Every day. Mindset, eats, strategies, and tactics for breakfast. How many times in life do we jump to a negative conclusion and find every reason in the world why it won't work versus find the one reason why it will?
How many times a day? Or
Yeah. Hey, we're all guilty of it, man. I get it. But it's out there, isn't it? I mean, it's just a weird deal.
It is. Unfortunately, I think that it's something everyone struggles with to some degree or an extent. Like you said, mindset is so important with that. And being a part of Keller Williams and knowing that our culture specifically here at this office is, I feel like we have such a drive and there's so much push for leadership to help everyone find the right mindset in that.
Yeah. Well, we care about people, and it's legit.
Absolutely.
So here's the thing. To your point, you don't have to be a salesperson. Know your product. Be honest. Be yourself, and do it today, not tomorrow. Take a chance. You will be a good salesperson without being a salesperson.
Yes.
All right, we'll be right back with another segment with these two leaders and myself. Back in just a few.
Keller Williams, you make dreams come true. Home sweet home. Home sweet home.
Hey, this is Russ McClellan with Keller Williams. I want to talk to you about something. Do you feel stuck? Do you feel the financial pressures of the COVID virus? That was fun, wasn't it? I'll tell you what, real estate can be a game changer for you, and I'm here to help you. If you want to give me a call at 509-888-0038, I want to talk about your life and getting unstuck. We are growing rapidly. We're the fastest growing real estate company in all of North Central Washington. Give us a call. I want to help you. 509-888-0038.
With the new Keller Williams School of Real Estate, you can now get your license for free. Access tools, tips, and personalized coaching with Keller Williams award-winning training programs, and start off your career in real estate the right way. K-Score is 100% online and entirely free to students, with pre-licensing curriculum geared toward placing aspiring agents on a direct path to licensure and profitability. With K-Score, we're not just unlocking the door, we're opening every door to anyone that's ever dreamed of starting their career in real estate. We're making a difference for you so that you can make a difference for others. Now available for all individuals in Washington. Your future awaits. Enroll today.
We're excited. We got a lot of people signing up, so give us a call, 509-888-0038, or simply email us at joinus@kwnCW.com. Let's go from being stuck to unstuck.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home with Russ McClellan and friends. And here's Russ.
This is
Friends.
the second segment. How you doing, Isis?
I'm doing good. I'm a friend. I'm one of the friends. My name is Isis.
That's right. Isis, the
My
commander.
friend.
We have no fun at Keller Williams Realty, North Central Washington. Isis is
Zero.
the team leader. She is a commander. All right, let's talk. I'm going to talk to you, Sarah, as well, but I want to first start. What is the team leader at Keller Williams? What does that mean?
Sure. I'll say this one thing that all the agents like to say, which I think is actually hilarious. They say, hey, you're the team leader. You know what that means? Why don't you tell me what you think that means? You're the CEO. Oh, really? Okay, what do you want then? Because you're only going to give me that compliment if you want something. But no, all jokes aside, as a team leader of this market center, my main focus is growth. So, of course, I'm managing our School of Real Estate right now. Super excited. It's such a great opportunity, and I feel blessed and grateful, actually, to have joined at this moment, where a team leader's main focus is growth, and I get to join KW when we have a free School of Real Estate. So that's just exciting for me. It's great. I love it. I love the energy. I love the momentum, and I love a good challenge. So if you know anyone who's really tired of their 9 to 5 If they feel stuck, if they feel stagnant, please have them call me. I would like to talk to you about having a new career. So growth, number one. Number two, I like to focus on training. I do a lot of training programs with our productivity coach, Sarah Lopeman, for our new agents and new aspiring agents. And I also work on consulting with our top agents here as well. So having those conversations, those relationships with our top 20, making sure that I am helping them with their business and helping them grow, something that a lot of other companies don't have.
Right. We're pushing 70 agents or so and 40 something in school and climbing rapidly. And one other sector, if you know anybody that's in real estate and they're not happy or if they're failing, so often, we touched on it a little bit with mindset in the last segment, but so often when people don't succeed or the expectations that they had by themselves or what other expectations were put on them to be successful, they got into real estate and they find themselves struggling, they often fail. I mean, I think the stats are pretty overwhelming, like 70% of the people don't make it in the first year.
Unfortunately.
Well, I don't
80%
is
in
it?
the first 2 years. Yeah, that's insane.
And I don't buy that that's their fault. I buy that that's the leaders and the company's fault.
Correct.
If you're showing up and giving it you're all. And look, it's not everybody can't just drop everything and go become a real estate broker, but some can. Some can take that chance. There's a program for everyone. There's a program if you're a part-time agent and you're working part-time job and you want to transition out of that part-time job into a career, where you're not just paid for time, but you're paid for your work ethic. How many people right now, guys out there, are working their butt off and they're not getting paid for the harder they work, they get paid the same. And they're right next to somebody that's not working their butt off. And that person's making the same or more money than they're making. Is that fair?
No.
Not fair. But it's the way of the world in business. It's the way of the world in corporations.
Yes.
You know what? So here's the thing. When you work harder, you should be rewarded for it. And you just need to not blame yourself. You need to look yourself in the mirror because that's your competition. And then you have to just show up. If you show up, I can promise you these two incredible leaders right here in this room will run the race of success with you. Not walk, not jog. They will run. They just want to know what your goals are, and they will devise a plan to help you. Sarah, when you're productivity coaching, now you have 3 kids.
Yes.
All right. And I'm not talking about realtors. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm a realtor. I got 70 emotional creatures work here. No, it's all good. I'm one of them. I'm a passionate guy. What can I tell you? Going into my 3rd decade or maybe more. I don't even remember anymore. I started at a lot more hair and I was a lot smaller guy. Like I weighed like 150 or something. I don't remember. Anyway, Sarah, when you're productivity coaching, what are some of the limiting beliefs that you run into from people? And I'm not hammering on people. Why we want to call them out is so we can identify that they're not your fault. You see, here's the thing. People are programmed from them when they're a little kid. And that story that you tell yourself can either be a depressing one, it can be a scary one, it can be a positive one. But we all have a story when we go to do something, and that story will dictate what emotions we have and how we operate. Because remember, I say this all the time, your brain, all of our brains left to their own devices, our brain left to its own devices, a drama queen. It's a trickster, maybe a drama king, but it's a trickster. It's not true. I call it the T-Rex mentality where it's always the worst case scenario and I'm afraid. Here's the good news. Fletcher Ellingson, our mindset coach, who's going to be doing some incredible work with us in 2022 and beyond. And he's a stud. So here's the thing. Fletcher says this. Do you know what the gift of fear is?
I know. I like this idea already.
Would it be courage?
It's courage. Because guess what? Courage, we will all agree that being a courageous person is a good trait to have, right? Well, courage is impossible to show up unless fear is present. Now, here's the downside, though. If you're telling yourself the wrong story based on your programming, your brain, the trickster, is going to be left to its own devices. It's going to find the worst case scenario for you, and you're going to be able to have fear present without courage. We don't want that. But the good news is when fear does show up, when that story you tell yourself is not a good one, if you just take the next step and have courage, you now can assassinate that fear because it's all a story in our head. You know, most people worry about things all day, all night, and probably 98% of it never comes true.
So true.
When I was going last couple months, my parents, or last year, my dad passed away. A couple months ago, my mom passed away. When I was watching that happen, and I was very close to them for a very long time, my whole life, I guess, I realized that mortality is pretty final. It was one of those kind of weird moments when you watch somebody pass away that you care about, and you're like, all those things that we worried about, were they really important? Or did we just spend a lot of time worrying about stuff that never came true? And what if we could have all of those minutes back in the last days or the last months of your life instead of wasting them? So here's the thing. I am a passionate dude about changing lives and getting you from being stuck to unstuck. All right, so here's the thing, Gangster Lopeman.
Yes.
What do you hear in people in real estate? What are some of the things that are challenges or struggles in real estate?
I mean, just a wide range of limiting beliefs, right? Thinking that you don't have the time, thinking that you don't have the ability to do it, thinking you're not smart enough. Like EC said, questioning whether or not you would be good at sales. I mean, I think when you come across anything that you've never done before, just the unknown, I think, is generally what you fear the most. And to touch on fear a little bit, it's been so great to also learn through this, you know, that if you talk about it, and that's what I think is so awesome, what ECs and I get to do with connecting with agents and having these personal conversations with them, is it's such a beautiful thing when you can speak about your fear and you take the power of fear away when you do that. And I mean, you can do that with any conversation, but when you are willing to be vulnerable enough to talk about your fears and to take some of the power away. And not only that, but then you have a whole leadership team behind you ready to, like you said, run right next to you, you know, and push you however we can. It's just, we've just got some amazing people in the office and amazing systems. And I think so much of that is contributed to the fact that, speaking for ECs and I anyway, not meaning to speak for you, but I think her and I are so passionate about this because of stories that we have and things that we've had to overcome. And so it just adds a whole nother level of passion and excitement. And, you know, it just, I could not, there's no other place in the world that I could be right now that I would feel any more passionate about.
Yeah, what's cool about this opportunity being the largest company on planet Earth, and we're one franchise of that, is that the opportunities are large. They're not just about selling real estate. Look at what you're doing, Sarah. I mean, when you came, you took a chance. You were somehow sold on this crazy idea to come join us back in the glory days of the beginning when we had like 10 people.
Right.
And
all unlicensed.
Yeah, and you went through a couple different versions, right? You were working as a server at Red Robin, right?
Applebee's, but
sorry.
same. No, it's the same thing.
Yeah, so and you're raising 3 kids, single mom, doing your thing, and took a chance.
Yeah.
And you jumped in, like you went for it, and your kids were supporting you, and they were loving you, and they were loving your courage, and you got support from them, but it was not always easy. You went on a team, you were able to try out what was it like being on a team, and then you went from being a team back to being an independent agent,
right?
And you got more and more traction, and then you decided, you know what, I love to help people, and here you are as a productivity coach, and now a rainmaker, the leader of our own internal team, which we'll get into in the next segment, called Team Ignite.
Isn't that an amazing story? I mean,
it's my favorite story.
Like, I mean, that is just, who would have thought?
Well, and
this is why I love Sarah Lopeman.
And anyone can do it, right? I mean, there's nothing special about me.
You don't know how many times I use you as an example.
Great.
So if I haven't said it already, thank you for being you again.
God, you guys are awesome.
Back at you.
Because seriously, I use you as an example of the time.
You are passionate, right? You both are absolutely in support of one another, and that is called being in alignment in a company. And when you think about Sydney and Stephanie and Luke and Kelly and myself and all of this is in alignment. these systems, these tools, these models, this technology, this friendship, this passion to help other people. That's the mission. When we come back in the third segment, we're going to dive into some of the practical ideas of how you can step out of what you're at now. If it's a real estate company and you want to get to another one, that's us. Or if you want to be a part-time agent, that's CRRO. Or if you want to be an independent rock star.
Keller Williams, you make dreams come true.
With the new Keller Williams School of Real Estate, you can now get your license for free. Access tools, tips, and personalized coaching with Keller Williams award-winning training programs, and start off your career in real estate the right way. K-Score is 100% online and entirely free to students, with pre-licensing curriculum geared toward placing aspiring agents on a direct path to licensure and profitability. With K-Score, we're not just unlocking the door, we're opening every door to anyone that's ever dreamed of starting their career in real estate. We're making a difference for you so that you can make a difference for others. Now available for all individuals in Washington. Your future awaits. Enroll today.
We're excited. We got a lot of people signing up, so give us a call, 509-888-0038, or simply email us at joinus@kwncw.com. Let's go from being stuck to unstuck. Hi, this is Russ McClellan, designated broker and operating partner of Keller Williams Realty NCW. You know, we have almost 70 agents and growing rapidly. We're almost a legit company now with over 2.5 years experience. The good news is this: if you're thinking about changing your life, my goal and my mission to you is to help you transform the life that you deserve and that you want, using real estate as the vehicle to do that. What does that mean? Well, it means whatever you want it to mean. If you want to work part-time, I'll show you how to do it. If you want to work full-time, I'll show you how to do it. And I'm also willing to show and demonstrate our commitment to you and our conviction to our company and transparency by giving you any of the numbers of any of the 70 people that work at Keller Williams. We're a family, we care about each other, and we care about you. So if you want to change your life, you want to get into real estate and have some fun, let's get together and talk. 509-888-0038. Give me a call anytime. You can also call my cell phone at 509-470-2416.
You're tuned to Russ McClellan and Friends on the Real Estate Show Home Sweet Home. Let's get back to Russ.
All right, welcome back. I have Isis Baena, our team leader. I have Sarah Lopeman, the productivity coach, rainmaker of Team Ignite.
Hey, guys.
All leaders. Hi, guys.
Hello.
So here's the deal. We're going to talk about some things, and I wanted to share. We were just talking about some limiting beliefs. You know, a couple that I've heard, I can't get into real estate because I don't have the right car. I can't get into real estate because I don't have the right clothes. I don't have the right wardrobe.
I've heard that.
Okay, well, I wear a T-shirt and jeans, and I drive a $4,000 Toyota Matrix, otherwise known as the Blue Ferrari.
I think I may have you beat on the car thing.
Do you?
I think so.
Damn it. I have a $6,000 truck, and my son accidentally broke the back windshield out hauling tile to his new house. So now I have a window that's going to cost me more than the truck's worth because it's like 300,000 miles in my truck. But here's the thing. I have a little PTSD about buying new cars after the recession, right? So I've been around a while. So
fair.
I went from a good place to a not a good place financially once. And you know what adversity teaches me? And I went from a pretty high net worth, more than I deserved, thinking I was all that in a bag of chips, to sleeping on my couch in my office for 2 years because I could not afford a house and an office. That was weird when they had teenage kids, when they had to come, because we had them back and forth between their kid's mom.
Sure.
And so they'd come with me and they'd sleep on the couch. And I'll tell you a quick funny story in this segment about how things can change, but how come it's good. Like adversity breeds clarity if you let it. So my daughter turned 16 when I went broke in 2008, the big recession. I had to start over. So she comes to me on her 16th birthday. She doesn't really know anything about recession yet. We hadn't quite got there. She's in high school and she goes, "Dad, it's my birthday. Can we talk about my present?" I'm like, "You want to talk about your present, huh?" She goes, "Yeah, my car. I'm 16. And I said, "Okay, let's talk about it. Do you want the good news or the bad news?" She goes, "I want the good news." I said, "I bought you a new car for your birthday." She goes, "Yay!" And then she went, "Wait a minute." She's now a doctor, by the way, of audiology in Bremerton. So she's a pretty smart kid, flamethrower. She goes, "Wait a minute, what's the bad news?" I said, "I bought you your car for you the day you were born." Not the Honda Roddy, because I had a 1992 Honda sitting in the driveway with 250,000 miles. I said, "Welcome to that, not BMW. Welcome to the Honda Roddy." Now that adversity turned into clarity. Now she's a doctor. She is doing incredibly well, Doctor of Audiology. And then I had a son that went through adversity, broke his ankle, couldn't play football, which he was a really good football player, had plates and pins, tried to get in the Marine Corps, got denied, didn't quit, went to the other side of the mountains, tried to get in the Marine Corps again. The next thing you know, he's in the Marine Corps. He gets into a Special Forces program, and then they kick him out because he got hurt 2 weeks before, after going through all of that adversity. 2 weeks before he graduated from the reconnaissance program, he's got to change his MOS, which is the job you're going to do, and they transferred him to the aviation side, which was adversity breeding clarity. And he was persistent, and he kept doing his job. He didn't have a choice because he's in the Marine Corps. But now all of a sudden he's in a V-22 Osprey, flying around the skies, which is a helicopter that turns into a plane as a crew member, and learning electronics. And now he came back home, got out of the Marine Corps, bought a house because he's working as an electrical guy at a company here in North Central Washington. I say these stories about kids because we all have adversity. We all face things that are tough. And we have two choices, man. You can cry in your spilled milk and be a baby about it, or you can grab yourself, look yourself in the mirror and go, look, this is crap. I'm not going to stay here. And I understand you need support. That's where we come in. That's where we come in. When things aren't working out, that's where we come in. When your goals aren't being met, that's where we come in. When you're a real estate broker and you're going, I'm not making the money I should be making, that's where we come in. All right? Here's 3 programs. Sarah Lopeman, would you mind talking about the 3 different types of programs as fast as you possibly can?
No pressure.
And go.
Right?
Go.
So this is something that I'm really excited that we are offering in our office, dependent, interdependent, and independent models. And I'll just touch briefly on each of them. So a dependent model is probably going to be, I think, that your best form of support and what you're wanting to do. But so you're getting the training, you're getting the coaching, you're getting leads, and these we have made a point to really make sure that I think it's easy for a lot of offices to talk about leads, but I think that's normally here's a number that we got off of either Google or Facebook or some social media. We're really not even sure if it's the correct phone number or if that phone number even works, but take it and you're welcome for your lead. So we've been putting a lot of time into this the last few months and making sure that those leads that we give you are leads that you are going to help you be successful. And I'm probably, honestly, I think I'm more excited about that than anything else that we are doing for our new agents right now, right? I mean, because nothing is better than getting a taste of success. I think we could all agree on that.
Yeah.
So from there, it's just really, what do you need? How can we tailor this for you? If you're wanting to go away from that and you're wanting to be independent completely on your own, we're of course going to go over the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book with you. That is what we would consider our Bible here at the office and for Keller Williams. Pick up a copy. Let us know if you would like a copy to open it up and kind of get an idea of what we're basing the things that we do on. With that, also, you're still getting the business training, financial training, because there's just so much in, really owning your own business and figuring that out. Leverage training. I'd love to talk about profit sharing and expansion. Those are kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? And then anything in between we can talk about to help with marketing design, transaction manager, smart plans, listing specialist, buyer specialist. What do we not offer?
Yeah.
Everything you need.
Right.
We have it.
But it's so great because you can really have it tailored to exactly what you need. You're not pushed or forced into one or the other.
Well, one of the things that ECs does is she'll meet with people and do what's called a needs analysis. She'll talk to them and figure out what is going on in your life. Are you working 80 hours a week and you're not spending time with your family? That sucks.
Yeah.
How do we change that? You need time. You need time. That's the number one priority for you. Or maybe it's like I'm working my butt off. I'm not making any money. It's just not working for me, or I'm in a dead-end job, or I'm at this real estate company currently that isn't working for me. They don't listen to me. They're not giving me support. All right. Well, what ECs does is she'll sit down and do what's called a GPS. And a GPS is a simple goal-setting workshop, and what we do is we'll find out what your needs are, and then ECs will help you establish. We also used to call it a 1-3-5, where we have this one goal. And then we take these 3 priorities, like if you achieved these 3 priorities, your goal would be achieved. And then under each priority, we would come up with 3 to 5 strategies. If you did these strategies, then this priority would be achieved. And if you did that priority, then that goal would be achieved. And then you structure it. And by writing it down and by being held accountable through accountability partnerships, we're going to inspire you to believe in yourself. Because here's the thing. Isis, you said it exactly right earlier. This idea that salesman, saleswoman, salesperson, it's all crap. Here's the thing. Just be yourself, right? Do it today, not tomorrow. I said earlier, be yourself. Do it today, not tomorrow. Know your product. Be honest. Just be who your authentic self is and be vulnerable. Vulnerable is sexy, people. This is the deal, right?
It's the true strength. I tell people,
right.
if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that is showing the truest strength. People who are scared to be vulnerable, they don't have the courage, right? That we were just talking about. That takes the biggest strength. I admire those people the most.
And it doesn't happen overnight. We've been programmed. We've been told to color in the lines, right? Now, I personally was one of those kindergartners who got in trouble a lot because I was coloring everywhere but inside the lines in my coloring book. But I had a father that said, guess what? Don't lie to me and you'll be fine and do whatever you want. Go for it. Ride bulls. Jump motorcycles. Be crazy. Do anything. Just take a chance in business. Go for it. If you go bankrupt, so what? And I did. It sucked. It was not fun, but guess what I did? I started over, right? I started over. It wasn't the end of my life. It's a beautiful thing about America. We went for it. Now, am I saying that you're going to have to do what I did? No, because I was insane and I was young and I was immature many, many times. I had to learn some really difficult lessons the hard way. But guess what? As an operating partner in this company and the designated broker, and with a team that I have, what we can do collectively is bring our unique and valuable story of adversity and failures to the table to help you not make them. That's what a team is all about. We combine strengths, our individual stories, our individual adversities to achieve the common goal, right? That's what's cool about Keller Williams. By the way, our team leader doesn't sell real estate.
No, I don't.
She doesn't compete. She's there to help you win.
It's not part of our model, right? Yeah, I am not your competition. My job is to make you successful.
I hear this a lot. There's too many realtors. Really?
I just heard that.
We
like
hear that every
3
other
days
day.
ago. Yeah, it's like, oh, is there?
You know who says that?
Unaware.
People say that are insecure.
Yeah.
People say that don't know how to do the business. They make assumptions.
Exactly.
Right. Here's what's going on, everybody. You might know this already, but this little thing called COVID virus, you might have heard of it. Here's what happens in the COVID virus. Companies have been told they must be flexible. They must allow their people to work anywhere and get paid the same. So there's about 4.6 million people that live about 130 miles west of here. And whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not saying that. But I'm not blaming people for wanting to live in paradise. 300 days of sunshine, lakes, rivers, mountains. All right. Less crime, less traffic, less homelessness, less, and a good time. They can sell their properties now and they move over here with a bucket load of money and they're going to buy something. And now they still have a very high W-2 employee because they're working at Microsoft, hypothetically. Okay. How are we going to take advantage of that? We're going to show them how to buy something, right? We're going to take advantage of that by referring them to someone once we get a license that can sell them and we get paid. So ride the train. We can't put tanks at the pass. We're not going to stop people from coming. It's America. Mm-hmm. What we can do is add money to your life, add an opportunity, a career to your life, add confidence to your self-esteem, allow you to have for the first time a focus that makes you smile when you get up in the morning and be around energetic, creative, crazy people like these two in front of me. So that's my commitment to you, right? So thanks for tuning in. I'm talking a lot today, and I really appreciate it. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do another radio show next week with these same two characters. It's going to be great.
Perfect.
All right, so we'll be right back with Michael Maher and PrimeLending. Thanks, Isis. Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Russ.
Keller Williams, you make dreams come true.
Hey, this is Russ, McClellan, operating partner and designated broker of Keller Williams Realty, North Central Washington. Hey, I'm excited to say we are growing at an unprecedented rate. We're almost 70 real estate brokers and popping about 3 deals a day in some cases. It's really pretty fun. And the reason I wanted to do an ad today was about our people. The culture of Keller Williams is really simple this. We believe in an abundant mindset, not a scarcity mindset. What does that mean? Well, although we're competitive, we all go out and try to get some similar listings. And with almost 70 people, you might think that that's a problem. But in reality, with an abundant mindset, we know that for us to win, you don't have to lose. With our creative marketing that is unbelievable, with our operating system Command, we're reaching literally hundreds of thousands of people instantly. So if you're interested in selling or buying with one of our agents, trust me, you won't be disappointed. Give us a call at our office, 509-888-0038, or email me direct at russ@frontlinechelan.com. Hi, this is Russ McClellan with Keller Williams Realty, North Central Washington. Hey, I have an exciting opportunity that I want to share. Keller Williams is partnered with the largest real estate school in the country, and we are now offering free real estate training. That includes not just the 90 hours that you need for pre-licensing requirements by the state of Washington, but real-life practical experience as well. Give us a call at 509-888-0038 or email us at joinus@kwncw.com.
You're listening to Home Sweet Home with Russ McClellan and friends. And here's Russ.
Two of my friends have left the building, but I have one very important one on the line with me. How you doing, Michael Maher?
Good. Happy New Year, Russ.
Happy New Year. Yeah, those EC's Baena team leader and Sarah Lopeman, productivity coach. They're pretty amazing leaders, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, I always enjoy working with them, and they're always very good at making sure everyone's motivated and keeping everyone on their toes. I like it.
With your help at PrimeLending and all the work that you do and all the creative conversations and problem solving. And so often what I love about what you guys do is you simply take a person that really doesn't know where they're at, or maybe they have some limiting beliefs about where they can be based on maybe a divorce, maybe a payment or two that was missed, or a foreclosure, or even a bankruptcy. And what you guys do very discreetly, completely confidential, is help them with a plan. And I've seen you do it from start to finish many times. And I just want to, before we dive into what's happening in the world of mortgage, I just want people to realize that, it's sometimes scary to step out of your comfort zone, and it's easier to just remain stuck. But, like if you're renting, let me tell you something. The way our rents are going in the area, it's worth the conversation with Michael. All right, I mean that's the deal. So you have my utmost respect, my friend, and I
appreciate that.
Yeah, and we've been on this show together and working together, and you've helped our company grow to be number one in real estate agent count by a long shot, and I think we're 2 in volume in like 4 years. So we're just we're, as you know from EC's and Sarah and all the things we're doing, we're going to just lock and load here in 2022 and grow, help a lot of people. So, hey, what's going on, man, with all this inflation talk and all these, mortgage rates maybe going up, and what's going on in the world of mortgage?
Yeah, so I think it's just worth noting. You're going to hear a lot of buzzwords in the new year. In January, February, things are going to, no one has a crystal ball, but when the Fed says something, we tend to stop and listen. And usually, maybe not always the case, but when they say they're going to increase rates, we're pretty much guaranteed that that's probably going to happen. So without getting too specific, I just wanted people to know that rates are most likely going to go up in 2022. And we've known this for quite some time. So those historic lows of in the 2s very well might be that, and historic for the time being. Again, no one has a crystal ball, but all signs point to them increasing. And I think it's important to note that while they are still at historic lows right now, as they increase, it can greatly affect the payment. And I thought it would be cool to give an example and just let them know that and people listening, that let's just use the example of a $400,000 loan. Let's say you had the option to lock it in at 3.5%. Well, you're looking at a principal and interest payment of about $1,850. If that interest rate goes up 1 full percent to 4.5%, your payment goes up to around $2,100 or so. So almost $250-ish a month. And that's just from a 1% increase. So while I don't want anyone to ever just jump into something they're not ready for, it's good to note that a lot of people shopping right now may be approved for quite a bit more versus if they wait and rates go up to 4.5%, maybe 5%, that now you're talking almost a full car payment in some terms, and that can push somebody out of being approved. So if you are approved and you're looking and you're waiting for prices to come down, we can almost guarantee with some, historical looking back and just seeing rates increasing in the Feds, what they're planning on doing. Just note that as that increases and if prices don't come down like you're expecting them to, well, it's going to work against you on both accounts. So while we have rates on our side, I would just encourage people to continue looking and maybe not wait for prices to come down, especially in an area like North Central Washington where we're just seeing month over month growth. And, it's as more and more people want to move here and live here, it's not looking like it's going to slow down. Again, no one has a crystal ball, but all signs point to it maintaining its upward trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics, and I think sometimes people get them confused. What may happen in the East Coast or the Midwest may not exactly happen right here in North Central Washington. We're in a pretty unique place. We are 130 miles east of 4.6 million people that live in the rain.
Yep.
And they have been told for the first time in history that they can now live on the east side of the Cascade Mountain Range or wherever they want, as long as they have high-speed internet, and they can live somewhere like Wenatchee, Chelan, Leavenworth, the Okanagan Valley, and make the same amount of money that up to just 2 years ago they had to live in Puget Sound to make. And I don't think there's a debate about the economics of the west side of the Cascades versus the east side of the Cascades regarding salaries. So that's going to create a challenge for people locally, right? And they're just not, with all the government regulations, the fact that 88% of land is owned by the county or owned by the government in Chelan County, which means we only have 12% to work with, zoning issues, infrastructure issues, these 7 agencies, topography issues. These are all development supply constraints, Michael. And, at the end of the day, it's supply and demand, isn't it?
Exactly.
So if rates are still reasonably low, and like you said, double jeopardy to me is that you wait hoping prices are going to come down. But what if they go up? What else is sad is rents are going up.
Yep, exactly.
Inflation, when you spur the economy with too much money, and I think we printed something like $6 trillion at the old printing press from Washington, D.C., and you dump that on an economy, it heats up. If it heats up too fast, that's inflation. How do you combat inflation? You raise rates. That means the cost of your money costs more and your buying power goes down. So I guess the moral of your story is buy now.
Yeah, exactly. And, there's always a new all-time high, and whether things correct and such, there's quite a few statistics out there, but everyone at one point seems to have thought that they bought at an all-time high. And now we're approaching new all-time highs. So if rates are good and you can afford it, there's no better time to buy than now, especially coming into the new year. And yeah,
I got into this business a while ago, about 3 decades, and when I started, rates were at 10%.
Exactly, and that was probably good. You're probably happy to get that.
I remember when it went from 10 to 7, the world changed. I think appraisers were like 6 months behind because everybody refinanced and everybody it was like, holy cow, 7%? Are you kidding me? This is amazing. And and we've just been spoiled. I mean, look at, the Fed rate to banks has been at basically zero. The money that, the cost of money that the Federal Reserve loans to banks has basically been free money. And that's just so unusual. So this lovely pattern of lower rates had to change. And I think you're exactly right. I would agree with you. And again, I am also agreeing that there's no crystal ball, right? Yogi Berra, a famous baseball coach for the New York Yankees, is one of my favorite guys. He likes to say a lot of funny things. One thing he says is predicting things is very, very difficult, especially about the future.
That's right. I like it.
He also says if you'd be a lot better if you weren't so crappy. Stuff like that. He was a funny guy.
Wise words.
And I want to talk, I always want to talk about the creative way to get into homes, and that's with your enhancement or rehab loan, where again, if 90% of the people are looking at 3-bedroom homes or 4-bedroom homes, why compete with all those people? Use PrimeLending's rehabilitation or rehab or enhancement loan and go buy a 2-bedroom house and then add a bedroom to it, right? I mean, there's just not as much demand, and supply and demand, basic Econ 101 dictates price, right, Michael?
Exactly. And it's very easy. You just have to find the contractor that you want to work with, and then we kind of get everything all ironed out with them. You can finance in the work to the loan. And we have 18 plus different renovation loans for anything from pools to septic to full-on additions or accessory dwelling units, also known as mother-in-laws. So if it's something that you can dream up, most likely it can be financed, and then we can walk you through the process of how that works and hopefully take advantage of any instant equity. And the nice thing about it, a lot of people don't understand or know, is that you can close the loan before the work starts. So the seller gets paid, the transaction is complete, everyone's happy, the buyer has their keys, and then the contractors can go in and begin the work. And we have this for USDA, FHA, VA, and conventional. So there's all sorts of different renovation loans that we offer under different loan programs. So if it's something that you're looking into, please reach out to us and we can have a conversation.
Hey, my son did it. Got out of the Marine Corps, sergeant in the Marine Corps, came home, got a job, bought a very old home, 90-year-old home, needed a new heating and cooling system, needed a new septic system. Bought it, added that in after. Boom, equity, right?
Yep,
He
exactly.
could not have afforded to buy that house and then drop the money on a new septic system in cash or a new heating and cooling system for the entire house in cash. That would have been impossible. So if you're thinking it's impossible, I'm telling you, Michael just helped my son Mason do it. He's 24 years old. He's got out of the Marines. Thank you for that.
Exactly.
You know, and
Absolutely.
it's really incredible to work with someone that is honest, integrity-based, cares about you. And just think, if somebody says something that maybe is not a fun conversation, or that you don't like what they're saying, don't be afraid to just ask Michael. Just ask him. Just double check, you know? That's half of it. Trust but verify. Well, thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. Your number is 425-760-8824. Thanks again, Michael.
Thank you.
All right, well, everybody get outside, get crazy, have fun. The hell with COVID, let's go have some fun. See you next time.
It's a bright new day, just came my way. I bought a new home, yeah, home, sweet home, oh, home, sweet home. Keller Williams, I love my dream home. Yeah, I love my dream home. Home, sweet home.